Hi everybody. It's Thursday, April 18th. Our granddaughter's first birthday was yesterday, so we've had a great time last weekend having her party and last night seeing her for dinner. We didn't get any bad weather last night like they said we might, so that was good. Not really sure why I keep making these videos because unless it's something I share on Facebook too, I don't think anybody's really watching them. But it's more, I guess, for me anyway, kind of a video. I'm sorry, my nose is itching. Diary, I guess, of such, or I don't know. But I don't have much time left in my lunch hour, but something that's kind of, I don't know, on my mind lately. The movie The Dirt came out on Netflix, which is basically the story about the band Motley Crue. And I like a lot of their songs. They were never a band that I really followed, or read about or kept up with. When they were in their heyday, I was in high school. And like I said, I liked them, but news and all that was a lot different. Getting your news was a lot different than it is now. There was no social media, Facebook, and all that stuff, so the news wasn't as instant as it is today. So I wasn't really into following them or much of anybody. Just I just liked certain music and would things I heard on the radio. So I don't remember much about all the ins and outs of them. But I have watched the movie The Dirt, and I have watched some other interviews on YouTube and such. And my husband bought me the 10th anniversary of the Heroin Diaries, and I've started reading that. And it's addiction, depression, loneliness, your problems from your childhood. Those are all very real things, and dealing with that into your adult life. I know that if you've watched any of my previous videos, you've seen some of what I've shared. And I too have somewhat of an addictive personality. I'm very thankful that I never fell into the traps of drug or alcohol abuse. I very easily could have. I found my attention in feeling good in other ways. I thought that I needed a boy's attention to make me feel loved and important. But you never know what someone's going through, why they do things that they do. And addiction and with drugs or alcoholism, I'm not immune to it. Like I said, my stepfather, the one, as I call my evil stepfather, he was an alcoholic. My stepdaughter just celebrated 4 years being clean and sober a few weeks ago. And so I've seen what addiction can do to the family, and when you love somebody, and how you have to do the tough love, because we had to get to the point to where she wasn't even allowed at our house, and that we just didn't return her phone calls. And unfortunately, we've had to get that way with my stepson too. And as far as we know right now, he's staying clean because he has been in jail, and he's on probation. He's on probation for 4 years. So if he messes up, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And he's an adult now, so he has to face the adult consequences. There's no just, juvie, you're getting your hand slapped. It's a lot bigger problem. And so much of their problem stemmed from their childhood. There's just so many of us, so many people deal with depression and anxiety and loneliness, or a whole host of things, all because of something they experienced while they were growing up. being mistreated or neglected, not feeling cared for and loved, or witnessing abuse or being abused. It's just crazy how you carry so much of that with you. And some of it you don't even realize that you're holding on to. Resentments, grudges, anger. And I think I've talked about it before, accepting the apology that you'll never get. I've had to do that. And it's sad reading certain parts that Nikki Sixx, he never got the apology he wanted from his mother. And how their relationship basically ended. He always took care of her, but she never admitted that she did anything wrong. And to some degree, that's what hurts me and bothers me about my stepkids, is that their mother, I don't know if she'll ever accept her responsibility, her part in what she did to mold who they are and affect their future and their adulthood. And that's really sad. My mom and I have had major conversations over the years, some not so nice. But we did finally come to an understanding for the most part, and aired out some things. There are times and there are things that are still really hard for me, but, and luckily, like I said, I didn't fall into those perils of alcoholism or drug abuse, even though I do have somewhat of an addictive personality. When I like something, I'm interested in something, I'm all in, man. I'm 24/7 thinking about it, doing it, wanting to get involved. But if I get bored with it, or something happens, or I don't like it, or whatever, or, something's more of a chore, it can be like pulling teeth to get me to do it. Or that procrastination, that procrastinator in me comes out. But, and when I'm a little OCD, that obsessive compulsive, the whole addictive type personality, I guess it all is, mixed into one type of thing. And also this year we went and saw Disturbed. And something of theirs popped up on Instagram again about one of their new songs. And it's about addiction and depression. Oh gosh, now the name of the song is going to totally escape me. I think I have the album right here. Oh, yeah. Okay, the name of the song is A Reason to Fight. And David had a little spiel at the show, and the video had the same little speech that they shared on Instagram. That one of the biggest things is addiction and depression and rehab and all those aren't bad words. We have to be able to open up. We have to be able to ask for help, and we have to be there for each other as much as we can. Now, like I said, there are times with the tough love, and you sometimes as a parent, you get to the point where all you can do is pray for them. If they steal from you or hurt you physically or anything, you can't always have them at your house or in your presence. And you can't keep giving them money necessarily because they just turn around and buy drugs or alcohol. So you have to show them what it's like to have nobody, because eventually that's what they'll do, is they'll burn all their bridges and they won't have any money. Hoping that they'll hit their bottom and want to get better. Because an addict, a person that's dealing with that kind of thing, they have to want to get better. You can't make anybody do it. They have to want to be to make a change. They have to be able to want to live to make change and to be different. So people dealing with suicide, thinking of suicide or depression and addiction, and going to rehab and getting help, those are not bad words. You need help, please seek out the help. Even if you just need somebody to talk to or bounce something off of, find somebody. If you're watching this video, if you need somebody, even me, text me, comment on my video. You're not alone. And it can be so lonely sometimes. When I realized in my learning and growing and doing therapies, when I learned how many people are abused sexually in their childhood or early teens, it's amazing. I just don't understand it. I mean, I think it's like 1 in 4 women and 1 in 6 men have experienced some type of sexual abuse sometime in their lives. I mean, that's just crazy. And it's so damaging, so hurtful. So if you need help, reach out to someone. And if that first person doesn't help, take you seriously, whatever, reach out again. And keep reaching and keep reaching and keep asking until you find that person, that one key factor that can help you change things around. Because I took way too long, many, many years. I didn't know how to ask for help. Because with what I went through, I felt like I had to take care of myself because nobody else did. Nobody believed me. I was all alone, what I felt like. So if you feel that way, please understand you're not alone. There are people out there that can help you. And things can change, and change for the better. Well, I don't know. I just needed to say that out loud, I guess. Some of that out loud. I'm really just now really getting into the book, The Heroin Diaries. It's amazing that Nikki Sixx is still here with us. I think it's amazing the things he's doing and speaking out about now, in the life that he lived. And Motley Crue, whew, they were some crazy dudes when they were younger. Crazy. Rock and roll, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what they definitely lived that. But anyway, except for the wind, crazy wind, it's a beautiful day here in North Texas, and spring is really blooming all around, and it's wonderful. I can't wait to plant some things at my house. Haven't got to do that yet. So anyway, y'all take care of yourself, and that's a dose of me.